Don't you think?
Exactly what I do.
Before? After?
Oh,
Before?
no.
After? Anyway, I digress. Hey, everybody. Welcome to What the Friday with me, Bill Birch, and this chick,
Whoever that is.
however that is.
Morgan Birch.
I've seen her around once in a while.
Too often, honestly.
Sometimes.
You've seen her around too often. Unless I'm dating someone.
Never. That's right. You're dating someone. It's like, have you talked to Morgan lately? No, I haven't. How long's it been? I think I talked to her last Thursday. She must have a new boyfriend.
I shouldn't have made that joke on myself. I can't handle it. I can't handle it. Okay. Anyway.
Maybe we can talk about that later. If anybody wants to know about Morgan's dating life, just send me a message.
Yeah.
And I won't tell you, but it'll be fun to let her know that I got the message. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Let's talk about real estate, the real estate industry.
What the Friday? We're here to talk about market stuff. First, let's jump into the absorption numbers.
Oh, I get to go first.
Yeah, you're first. Yeah, you're.
They're actually boring.
Ready?
Yeah,
Can I show
I'm ready.
you?
Yep.
We're still on your
Share
screen.
away. So
can you make just yours big? Just that one window. Just the one window.
I wish I could. I'm just not that smart, so let's not
You've
waste a lot of time on it.
Okay,
I don't
keep
remember
going
how to
then.
do it. She always does this, like in the heat. You can tell how
No,
much
because
we
you've
plan
done
for
this
this.
every week. You've done this every week, and it's been fine. You've done it successfully before.
Is that what you want?
Yes, exactly.
All right. So anyway, and you can see how things work on our team.
Can you also zoom in so we can see it? I'm sorry to be giving you direction.
All right, that's all you get.
Thank you. That's perfect.
But generally speaking, absorption rates in our area on the west side of the Hudson River are somewhat flat. If you're in like Jersey City downtown, West New York, Union City, Weehawken, they're all pretty stable. We did see kind of an odd, unexpected uptick in Union City, and we have a multi-unit building that we're selling here right now, and I've had a tremendous amount of interest in that one. So I don't know if it's just Union City or what's going on, but Union City is amping up right now a little bit. North New Jersey, which is basically the suburbs, have been super hot, still pretty hot. They're at a 93.82% absorption rate. And again, I don't know how many people actually listen to this every week and are getting tired of hearing this, but absorption rate is just when we divide the number of units sold by the number of units that are available to sell. So that tells you how fast they're moving. 100% absorption rate generally means as soon as one hits the market, another one's gone, and it moves really fast. If it's a 25% absorption rate, that means that one's being sold for every 4 that are on the market. So one of those 4 will sell.
Excellent description. Yes, exactly.
So it's a little slower. It's generally, I think if we flatten that curve and did a multi-week average trend, I think we'd see a slight downturn across the board. So generally, I think things are cooling a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit. Not that they don't need to cool anywhere where we're at. That's for sure. We could stand for things to be a little faster, but the suburbs are still hot. And still, like definitely. I said, 93% absorption rate is definitely a seller's market. And you have incredible control over as a seller. So that's the story.
Yeah, people are bidding 20, 30, 40% over ask in the suburbs still, and waiving home inspection and all that stuff.
Right. And when we do, the numbers that I'm giving you are the last 30 days. So we're taking the units that were for sale in the last 30 days, the number that sold in the last 30 days. We actually track them daily, weekly, and 30-day trend. So we have a ton of numbers that if you can see there as I scroll over kind of what we're pulling in to get these numbers. So that's it.
All right. Nice. Nice. I was briefly texting because my new client just accidentally did a faux pas without realizing it. And I was like, oh no, fix that fast. tell the other agent that you're working with me. Whoops.
Happens.
Anyway, okay. So now it's my turn. I actually kind of like it. What do you think? It's like a car window.
Your choice. You're in control.
You're right.
As everybody knows, everybody's seeing that.
You know how people are like, she's not bossy, she's a boss. No, I'm bossy. It's a character flaw that I am working on. Okay. Market facts. Fun fact. I don't appreciate the quiet laugh of judgment that you're giving me. And
well, quit giving me material to work with.
yeah, I know it's worse when you say nothing though. Okay, so oh man, I really want to hear your response to. All right, so I'm going to start with the least interesting and move it toward the most interesting, I think.
Okay.
So my 3 favorite facts from this week. First, sales of newly built homes jumped to the highest level in 14 years in August, but builder supply dropped to just 3.3 months worth at the current sales price or sales pace. Sorry. So a 6-month supply is considered a balanced market, but supply was at 5.5 months in August 2019, according to the U.S. Census. It's not even a hard word. The situation is even worse in the market for existing homes. It's down nearly 19% annually to a 3-month supply, according to the NAR. Okay, interesting. Right? Interesting, but not a conversation starter. Just like an interesting thing to know. All right, conversation starter number 1 is Brooklyn sales are up almost 39% year over year compared to 2019.
I'm really excited about that.
Yes. And we're here. I mean, we're seeing that a lot. Brooklyn is suddenly on fire or moving quickly.
Can I give a plug?
Yes. Yes, you can.
200 Hicks, Penthouse S, one of only 2 units, incredibly romantic, old-fashioned.
It's so cool.
Big roof space. Whoever buys it's going to likely renovate it, but whoever gets it, they are going to be in such great shape a few years from now.
Yes, definitely.
It's incredible. That is such a stunning place. I had a showing there this morning, and it went really well.
You have big old hard eyes for that place.
I do. I like that.
Yeah. Watching you walk through there, I was like, oh, wow, you love this place. Also, the layout is great. Like the rooms are pretty big. You have outdoor space. So everything that people are looking for right now, that place has.
Yeah.
So.
And it's cool. It's like a quintessential, super cool. It's an 8-floor building. And then God knows how long ago, 75 years ago, somehow they put a penthouse on top of it. And there are only 2 penthouse units. So the elevator goes to the 8th floor. If you look the building up, there are only 8 floors. But when you get off at the 8th floor, there's this gorgeous 1-story staircase that curves around and goes upstairs. And that's all it serves is those 2 penthouses. And they both have outdoor space. So
much character.
And I was talking to the doorman this morning. There are a lot more celebrities that live within a block or 2 of that place than I originally knew.
Wait, even more? I only knew a few of them. Who, Dad?
Yeah, I can't. Who? Frankly, I don't watch enough TV to remember them. I'm like, what show were they on? And they were on this show. And I go, yeah, I heard of that show. And then he's like, on this woman, she's the director of, I don't want to misspeak. But anyway, so he's like, oh, yeah, and she lives over here, and this couple lives over here. And if you know this one, and it just went on. So anyway, 200 Hicks. Sorry.
200 Hicks.
I digress.
Look up the celebrities who live close because apparently there are a lot of them. Okay.
Brooklyn Heights.
Yes. Next, my final fun fact is that Zillow is now officially a brokerage, as of this week, and it's going to hire salaried agents to sell their Zillow offers properties, kind of like Redfin. No one's surprised by this. They've been headed in this direction for a long time. But the optimism, the hope that we have as agents is that now the same rules that apply to every other brokerage apply to Zillow. Because
Absolutely. That would be so cool.
it would be so cool, because right now the way Zillow works is you as a buyer are looking at properties online, and then you see to the right of it, contact agent, and you click contact agent thinking that's the agent who's selling this place. They have all the information I need. False. That is an agent who paid Zillow to put their number and their name right there, and their picture. So that is not allowed for brokerages to do. You can't promote another agent who doesn't have the listing as the representative of the listing. That's incredibly misleading. And if you really stop and think about it, it's like, that should be not allowed. That should be.
Well, I get it. It's kind of fair.
I thought that too until I framed it this way, and I was like,
But they could change that easily if they would just change the way the page laid out and make sure that they noted that these are premier agents and this is a listing agent. And they do include
technically note it.
They do, but
it's
they
just
could do a
such
little
fine
bit.
print that people don't know.
Yeah, and even agents end up it's
the wrong person. Yeah.
I had somebody called me about 609 New York Avenue this morning while I was doing my other two showings, and it was an agent from the Garden State MLS that found it on Zillow and called me via Zillow, but he had contacted another agent first, thinking the other premier agent, thinking they were the listing agent. So even real estate agents can miss that. So, and he used Zillow because he's not a member of our local. It's pretty strategic. But more to that, I got a call yesterday from one of my listings in the Galaxy Towers, ready to eat me alive, because when she searched her place, she found it on Zillow and it said it wasn't for sale and it had the wrong number of bathrooms in it. And I don't know where the data came from, but she found it on Zillow. So I went in, I found Zillow had her property in there multiple ways, because it depends on how you type the street address.
Right. Oh.
So if it's BLVD East, you might get a listing like this. If it's spelled out Boulevard East, if it's Kennedy Boulevard, if you're not local, you don't understand how that spelling goes. So she was hot, and I looked it up. Nope, it's online exactly the way it's supposed to. It's in my, I Googled it to get to the Zillow page, and I found the accurate listing and they had it in the right. But Zillow has no responsibility, or feels no responsibility, to correct bad data. They just say that we're aggregators. I don't know. We develop a system, and however it shows up.
It's the primary way that people find properties, and they only help if you're like, hey, this is my listing and I pay you every month to advertise on your website. And then they'll be like, okay, we'll help you. And if you don't, they're like, sorry, you should be paying us. Okay.
Yeah, there's like 50 million emails to customer care over here. We haven't quite gotten to those yet, but
if you're a paying member, we gotta.
Yeah, if you pay as a premier agent, then you can get a number that you can call to get a hold of a customer service rep to help make changes. If you do not pay, then they use the information and they feel no accountability for it whatsoever. Yes.
So real estate agents love Zillow, clearly, a lot. And
it's a handy tool.
It is a handy tool.
I'm not above using Zillow, especially if I'm out. They've got their system set up so it's easy to find things quickly.
As a business, it's just a little annoying. Well, not just a little annoying. There's a barrier. It's a cost barrier too.
Right.
They're a really good job at cornering the market and forcing you to use their product in order for you to do an effective job. And
largely because our industry is, and I'm sure I'll make a lot of real estate agents mad, but we're far too independent, and we all have far too many opinions, and our MLSs move far too slow because the boards, who are made up of those agents, can't make up their mind, can't make a decision, and rather than step up and be Zillow, they sold subscriptions to their MLS. So our MLSs sell that IDX feed to all of the online aggregators. They all come up with much better systems to distribute the information than the MLSs themselves. You know,
Yes.
originally Realtor.com, I understand, was supposed to be that, but they got behind the ball.
Yeah, Zillow was smart, great business people, and visionaries. And I am sure that at this point, this has got to be a boring conversation. So interesting for us brokers, but probably boring in general, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Can't think about that.
You know, it depends on who's watching.
Exactly.
So anyway, it's been an interesting week. We have a lot of stuff going on. You rented a deal in Manhattan this week, right? That was a gorgeous unit.
Yes, at a pretty steep discount. So they're getting a great deal. But
Yeah. So what's your take on the New York City market right now?
the sales are super slow. And so if you don't have to sell as an owner, but you don't want to live there, and you do want to help with the costs you have every month for your place, you probably rent it. And so the number of rentals available went up. The number of people who have to rent or are interested in renting in the city went down. So supply is up for sales and supply is up for rental, and demand is down for sales and down for rental. So everything's kind of discounted. But a lot of people still love Manhattan and want to be able to be close and have all the people and have all the restaurants and have all that stuff. And so Brooklyn is a great happy medium.
I think it's coming back.
I
don't
too.
see it. I don't see it in the numbers right now, but just the feel of it. I mean, I went in at my first showing was at 9, so I started in earlier than that. Streets are fuller. There's a lot more. There's a lot more cars. The subways are fuller. Everything, all the seats on the sidewalks were taken up.
Yeah, the fear or thought is we can't come back too hard, because if we come back too hard, then we're going to get hit by a big wave, we're going to get punched in the throat by coronavirus. So we're trying,
almost everybody had masks on.
People in New York are really good about the masks. Yeah.
And they're good about trying to keep their distance. And
so
kudos to them. But I have a feeling that right now, if I were going to invest, looking at everything that we see in New Jersey and everything we see in Manhattan and Brooklyn, I think Manhattan's a soft spot where you get the best value right now.
Oh my gosh. If I would tell you where to buy, there are some debates about the taxes and the fees of being in New York, especially since de Blasio is talking about part of the reason that Brooklyn is a little hotter than New York is that de Blasio, or than Manhattan, is what de Blasio is talking about doing in Manhattan itself, as far as trying to make up for the lost revenue of the city during coronavirus by maybe upping taxes. And people are like,
we're already trying to sell our place. We already don't want to be there. Yeah.
Yeah. So
we'll see how that happens. But I think
people are mad at de Blasio right now.
But it is. I don't know. I'll avoid much of that conversation.
Yeah. Good idea.
But it's hard to find a de Blasio fan right now.
It is. Yeah.
Anyway.
But an enemy, you can throw a rock and you hit one.
Just look at Twitter.
Twitter, only 2% of the people on Twitter do 80% of the content.
Oh, really?
Yes, and only 22% of the country is on Twitter. And of that 22%, only 2% are producing 80% of the content. Twitter is not a representation that's accurate of how the nation, the city, how any percentage.
No, Twitter, in my opinion, I don't have the statistics like you do, but I would venture a guess that 90% of people on Twitter are haters.
Well, yeah. Well, yes.
That's why they're there. They're there to hate on people.
If you're, at the very least, they are desperate to be heard. And people who really want to be heard and really want that attention and really want to get their opinion out there, that's the person in your friend group that you're like, man, Joey's crazy. Did you hear his rant yesterday? Lol, ha, ha, ha. And then you move on. But on Twitter, it's like his rant's on there forever. And it feels real. It feels, very, very serious.
Yeah. We don't do much on Twitter, but
no.
I'm trying to dabble in all of the social media things because that's what we have to do. I get calls on Facebook now.
What about what? Huh?
I get calls on. I'm thinking about the number. I got off track. Sorry.
You got calls on Facebook?
Calls. I get calls on Facebook
No,
now.
I am hearing your words. I just don't understand what you mean.
People
are calling you through Facebook?
rather than use a phone number and call me like regular phone number text.
They're calling you through Facebook audio?
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Facebook, WhatsApp.
Who? Clients? Like international clients?
Yeah.
International clients do WhatsApp. I got some friends who do WhatsApp.
I had a local client that my phone was making making a funny different ringtone.
Thank goodness.
And
your ringtone sucks. I hate your ringtone so much.
It works.
He has the 1940s phone ringing ringtone.
A lot of people. The bad thing about it is a lot of people are using that ringtone right now, and every time I hear it, I think it's my phone. But yeah, they call. So I pick it up, I look at it, and it's a
red flag.
Facebook call. So you can hit the phone on Facebook. You can hit the phone on WhatsApp.
I know. So many ways to get a hold of
So many ways to get, and this is such a fascinating industry because there's so many. You're pulled so many different directions so much of the time.
Yeah. I'm really working on time blocking because you need to build your business. You need to service your current clients, which is so much more detailed than you realize until you've gone through a couple of deals. The number of times that my clients are like, I can't believe all the stuff you do. I'm like, yeah, you don't know until it's happening. Because I say this so many times, but it's not buying a pair of shoes. It's such a thorough, long process to get to the closing, and you hire a real estate agent.
And that's after you've got the deal made. Getting to the deal is another.
Yeah. So you're doing that, just keeping very busy working with your current clients, but you also got to keep reaching out to get more clients and make sure that you got that steady pipeline and hustle away while also marketing and doing podcast style YouTube videos like this.
Yeah. Which are so easy to fit into the
schedule.
Did you
like the framing dance move?
I didn't. That was really...
Was it cool?
How did that go?
I started with my hair and then I went around and under.
Yeah, whatever. Okay.
All right, Dan.
Thanks for sharing.
All right, I don't have anything else to add this week. Would you like to share any information with the folks at home? Any fatherly advice you'd like to... Don't give it to advice. Me.
It's the last thing you want to hear.
I'm done. I've had enough.
I know. I've gotten that message loud and clear. No, it's call us, follow us. We're trying. Oh, you know what? Let's talk about this real quick.
Subscribe, follow. Okay, but we're really close to the end of our time limit. So
please do like us, subscribe, hit the notifications button. All of that stuff helps us get more followers.
It does.
And while our stuff is growing and we're getting a little bit better all the time, we'd always like to do it a little bit faster. But Morgan and I are looking at getting a commercial space so that we can have a more professional. I think we might have touched on it, but we are looking to do that, and we're looking to bring on 2 new.
We did talk
programs. One for buyers, one for sellers.
Yes, we're just creating a lot of content, you guys, and we would love
trying to add value.
People liked it and watched it.
We'd love it if somebody liked it.
I like that your first thing was like
somebody
us,
besides
subscribe.
Mom.
Not like this video, but like us.
Please like us.
Could you please like us? We just want clients. We just want clients who love us, and we want to be loved.
And who we love back.
Back.
We love that mutual loving feeling. Yeah, so that's it. So thanks for joining us. Shake and bake, baby.
Shake and bake.
And let's have another killer week and see what we can get done. And if anybody out there has any comments, suggestions, want to hear something, want to know something, let us know.
Yes. Okay, we're signing off. What's the song? You said Get That Lovely Feeling. Is there a song? I got that lovely feeling.
I think I lost that.
Gone,
I lost that love and feeling.
Gone. I lost that. That's not what we want. Not that song then. That does not represent.
No, that's not it.